Hello and welcome to my garage. Today we're going to do something a little bit different, which is a product review of this Soft 99 King of Gloss wax polish. Having quite a dark coloured car does mean the sort of scratches do show up on it quite badly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give this hardtop just a quick clean down first of all. Then we're going to try some of this wax on it just to sort of see what finish we're going to get. I should add as well, this isn't a paid review or anything like that. I've been recommended this polish, especially for sort of dark coloured cars. So I thought I'd give it a try and see how it comes out. What I'm going to use first on the car is this Fast Shine and Lube by Auto Glym. I think this is pretty much the same as the Rapid Detailer spray that comes in the smaller bottles. And all I do is just sort of spray it on and then wipe it off. I don't tend to wash this car with soap and water very often. I usually just use this sort of Rapid Detailer spray and then wipe it down. My reason for not using soap and water is obviously there's a lot of sort of bare metal parts on this car, and generally they can tend to get a bit rusty if I wash it with soap. So I just tend to use this detailer spray and wipe it down, and you know, for sort of general use after a race or anything like that, it's absolutely fine. So let me just clean this down, and then we're going to have a look at the bodywork in more detail and see what we've got in terms of scratches. So I've given this hardtop a clean down with that's just with the Auto Glym spray, the Rapid Detailer one. I'm hopefully trying to show you, there's a few sort of, I don't know if they're going to come up on the camera or not, I think it's focusing the wrong way. There's a few sort of swirl marks in this roof. Usually I usually get them off with a bit of compound on a polisher, but I just thought I'd give this wax a try to see if to see how that worked instead. I'm just trying to see if I can get the camera to focus, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to be wanting to. I think it's trying to focus on the ceiling instead, which is a bit annoying. Oh, there we go. So hopefully you might just be able to see, you can sort of see some swirl marks there where it's off a cloth, or maybe it's just off the cover where it's rubbed on it. So I'm going to have a go with that polish now and see what we can do. One of the things I did like about this wax, you do seem to get quite a lot for your money. This tub here was £20 in the UK. It's a fairly decent sized tub for the money. Also got a sponge applicator. I'm just going to get a screwdriver to take this top off. So I'm going to use the sponge that comes with the kit to put some of this wax on the car now. So I just sort of loaded that up, and I'm just going to use the sponge gently to put it on. I think it's pretty much the same as most other waxes seem to sort of go on it in a similar way, either a spray on or this kind of thing with a pot and then a foam applicator. Just going to sort of work it in gently. I'd be interested just to see what it does with those scratches, whether it's enough to sort of just fill them in a little bit or not. I'm not going to do both sides, so I'm going to just do half this hard top. Just keep working the product in. So that's the product applied now. We leave it now for sort of 10 to 15 minutes. I think it's sort of you leave it to sort of dry, and then we'll buff it back down with a microfiber cloth. So the roof of the car, the hardtop, has had 10 minutes now, and it's a bit of a cold day today, so possibly it's taken a little bit longer than it would normally do to dry. Obviously you don't want to use wax and things in direct sunlight, but that's sort of gone to a sort of dried up a little bit now. So we're going to get the microfiber cloth on that now and just see what kind of finish we're going to get. Applying the wax was certainly very easy. Let's just see how what it's like trying to get it back off the car. So again, it does seem to lift off quite easily. So I think it's certainly left a reasonable shine, but I don't think it's been enough, unfortunately, to remove the scratches all that much. But let me just go around and finish it off. So I'd say the wax certainly left a nice shine on the bodywork. I don't think it's been sort of quite thick enough to sort of hide the swirl marks completely. And you can see one side I've done, the side over there, which would be the driver's side, I've done with just Auto Glym, and then this side I've done with the wax. I don't think there's a huge amount of difference between the two. I think there is definitely a little bit more of a shine on the wax side though. I'll give this bonnet a quick look at as well. Again, it's sort of hard to try and get the camera to focus on the sort of the very light swirls and scratches in the paintwork. We'll see what the wax does with this as well. So I'm going to show you the front of the car here before we try the wax on it. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but I've got quite a few sort of fine lines and scratches in the paintwork here, and again on the bonnet There's sort of a few bits there. Again, you know, you could compound it out if you wanted, but I just thought I'd give this wax a try just to see if we could get away with not sort of polishing the car too much. I know in some places the paint is starting to get a little bit thin, so it was interesting just to see if the wax could be used instead. I mean, there's a fairly good shine on the car already. That's just with the Auto Glym detailing spray. And here, hopefully, you can just see you've got these sort of fine lines there, just from sort of washing the car in general. You know, touching it in any way always seems to just leave some small marks in the paint. So we're going to go over this with the wax, and then we'll sort of do a before and after shot with it. So I'm going to wax this front section now as well. Let's just see if it makes any difference. This area around here is the one I'd really like to see if we could sort of get rid of some of the light scratches in the paint there. They do seem to be just seems to be one of those bits that's hard to get in with a polisher as well, because it's you've got the windscreen wipers and the washer jets there as well. Let's bring this down onto the bonnet. One thing I will say for the wax, it does go on very easily indeed. It sort of covers fairly quickly. It doesn't look like you need to use all that much of it. I think the front area is dried now, so let's go on with the microfiber cloth, and we'll take the wax off here and see what kind of result we've got. So the same as the hard top was. This it does come off very nice and easy. This wax, we've got sort of a fairly thick coat on, but the cloth isn't having any problems lifting it off. Unfortunately, I think the cold weather today is making things just that little bit harder, because I can see sort of just a little bit of condensation building up on the bodywork as I'm lifting this wax back off again. Plus lifting it fairly well. I'll keep sort of rotating the cloth around to keep lifting the wax off with it. Unfortunately, it's getting a bit cold out here now, so I'm getting some sort of condensation coming back on the bodywork. But you can see that the wax has worked out fairly well on this front section here. I can't say it's removed the swirl marks altogether, but it has done a pretty good job of certainly hiding them a bit. There's a really nice shine on the bodywork too now. So I'm just going to walk around the car quickly with you now. I mean, there's stone chips and bits all over it, so you don't have to just to ignore those, I'm afraid. But overall, I have to say I'm pretty pleased with the overall effect. And so there we are. I must say I'm fairly pleased with the overall result on this, especially for £20 for a big pot. It's good value for money. So as always, don't hesitate to get in touch with any comments or questions, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like these. Hopefully you'll join me again soon. Many thanks, bye.